Great, thank you. Firstly, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to speak. I was born and raised in New Zealand, descended from colonists who arrived before the treaty was signed, and I feel that my personal experience has been typical of many Pākehā, with my understanding of Te Tiriti coming from a lifetime of media exposure, attending different high schools, and more recently, studying law at a university, which has vastly widened my understanding of the treaty, tikanga, and the way it filters through our legal system and society. Let me start by saying that I firmly oppose this bill. To revisit the origins of 1840, the treaty was a carefully negotiated agreement. It was based on mutual respect, with both Māori and Pākehā understanding that the relationship was one of partnership. The Crown recognised the Māori authority over their lands, forests, fisheries and taonga, promising to act as a guardian rather than oppressor. However, just a decade later, pressures began to mount. Lobbyists and powerful interests, most notably the New Zealand Company, sought to exploit this young nation. With significant financial backing and persuasive propaganda, these groups pushed a narrative that redefined the treaty. What had once been a covenant of mutual protection was gradually reframed to favour rapid settler expansion and capitalist interests. The original spirit of the treaty was perverted, leading to policies that undermined the very protections it was meant to guarantee. This distortion was compounded by an education system that has, for far too long, left vast swathes of our history out of the curriculum. Because parts of our past are unpalatable, painting a picture of government actions and historical events that we would rather not confront, our schools, particularly in the past, have created the treaty as a document solely about rallying rights. For many Pākehā, this narrow view has become an accepted truth. It is often presented as the treaty as a document solely about the land rights, and the narrow view has complicated society. The lack of comprehensive education has created confusion and a dangerous gap in understanding. Many do not realise that under Te Tiriti, they too enjoy legal pathways to justice and a host of privileges that contribute to environmental stewardship, legal fairness, healthcare and economic prosperity. Now to turn to the present. The proposed Treaty Principles Bill plays directly into this legacy of partial education and lingering propaganda. It presents itself as a measure of clarity, a tool to simplify our foundational covenant. But in doing so, it dangerously narrows the scope of Te Tiriti, removing references to the Crown's duty to act in good faith, opening the door to unilateral decision-making. When we allow such a bill to pass, we risk surrendering rights that many Pākehā are unaware they even possess. These rights have been provided to us with concrete benefits over decades. Economically, the treaty has laid the groundwork for partnerships that spur innovation and sustainability. The Maori economy is a testament to a culturally informed stewardship of resources that can create win-win scenarios. Joint ventures between iwi and Pākehā businesses have led to local employment, sustainable agribusiness, thriving tourism and robust export markets, benefits that would be jeopardised if the treaty's protective framework were weakened. Through legal challenges using the treaty, we have seen how frameworks safeguard our beaches, lakes and forests. These are not just abstract ideals, they result in cleaner water for our families, sustainable fisheries for our communities, vibrant landscapes that drive our tourism and recreation industries. But it's not just for Māori that these benefits apply. The treaty is a great leveller of justice, meaning to say that it puts the rights and benefits of people, all people, before those of capitalism. It is through the treaty that an individual can legally object to something as large as mining, through to poor sanitation and pollution in our communities, and through to our neighbourhoods being able to enjoy nature and the protection of our native trees in urban areas. By stripping away the nuanced reciprocal commitments enshrined in Te Tiriti, we set a dangerous precedent of normalising the erosion of rights, not only those of Māori, but also those of Pākehā, who may find themselves deprived of legal remedies, environmental safeguards, and even economic stability. The gradual removal of these rights under the guise of clarification is a path that leads to further division and a weakening of our national unity. History has a habit of repeating itself. When we look back on our history, we can use the mistakes that were made then as our guide for the future. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Kelly. Look, that's the time we have before the committee this morning, so just...
And that's also the time that we have for the show. But yes, I've got a minute. I can squeeze this point out. Everyone, please look up the Public Works Act. It screws over Māori and Pākehā equally, and it's still in effect. You're on mute.
I am too, look at that. I really like the fact that she said it not only disadvantages Māori, but Pākehā as well. If this bill goes through, this is going to screw with everybody. But on that note, I need to go and find a kai. We're about to bring in the next panelist, so I will catch you all next time. Haere rā.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to our Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram.